Well, Max, thanks for joining us. What we've just seen, I guess, epitomises that Metro Bank One Day Cup campaign, doesn't it? How do you assess the tournament, let alone that match?
Poor, really. I mean, we can't hide away from the fact we've been poor, really, in most games. As poorly as we've played, like you've seen today, we've nearly pulled something out of the bag. But yeah, too many individuals probably not performing where they can do, and that obviously affects the team. No hundreds in the tournament. We struggle to get wickets in the power play. So yeah, overall disappointing.
Obviously this tournament is different for different teams, depending on how many players you got pulled out for other commitments. We've got a lot of youngsters in. How do you assess what you've learned? Because for Essex this is about development as much as it is for getting to lift silverware, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, the expectations, we've got 6 or 7 with 100, 3 or 4 injuries, 3 or 4, resting in this tournament. So we're missing quite a lot, so we understand that. But still, it's professional sport, and if you play for Essex, we expect a lot. I think we've been really consistent in T20 and Championship, and the lads, or majority of lads playing in this competition, haven't had much game time, so it's their chance to really stake a claim. And yeah, as I say, unfortunately, that's not happened. That can happen. But on the positive side, we've seen a couple of young 18-year-olds, Charlie and Noah, who've hardly played second team cricket and coped really well. I think they've been fantastic. Obviously, great to get Luke back, another 18-year-old. So the younger guys, have come in, actually been probably the most consistent performer outside Bo. So yeah, look, there's some positives. We're disappointed, as I say, because I expect us to win games no matter what team we put out, but a lot of learnings and also some reflections for the guys who've not done that well, that they need to do more and put in better performances.
Yeah, just focusing on Thane and Allison Jr. They've got the skills. We kind of knew that before they came on board, but to be able to cope with the pressure of the situations that they've walked out in, particularly with the bat, that tells you a lot about their personalities, doesn't it?
Absolutely, yeah, the character. I mean, when you come in and make your debut like that, having hardly played any, men's cricket for Essex, you want them to come in, 200 for 2 or something like that, but they've come in some really difficult situations, both Charlie and Noah. And more than coped, actually got us to scores where we've nearly won games. So that shows a lot about the personality, the character, and I think anyone watching them, you wouldn't know it with the first games, the way they've gone about it, the body language, where they've coped. The crowds have been excellent all out throughout the competition, and they've coped with that as well. So yeah, it's been a really promising start for them too in their Essex careers.
This tournament is all about man management for you in so many ways. We started it with Snates injured, Jamie then got injured halfway through. Simon, you've been obviously making sure that his workload is very specific. You've got, a week, 10 days off now before we get back into the county championship, but that must put Essex in a good position now to get back into the longer format because you've been able to rest those guys.
Yeah, I mean, we know how important September is, so the workloads, particularly with the bowlers who play both forms, it's been tough. Simon managing his back and a few other examples as well. So hopefully with the injury situations, clearing up as well, we're going to get guys back from the 100, and we've got a nice lead in now. We'll have a few days off and then some really good training sessions going into that Middlesex game. So we're determined and desperate to do well in September and try and put as much pressure on Surrey as we can.
Onwards and upwards. Thanks for your time.
Cheers.